Let's talk about AOC. It's a mystery because again, if you go to this big international security conference in Europe in Munich, and you say I'm going to be on a panel with other people who are expert, and I'm going to take questions from experts, you'd think you'd only do that if you thought you could answer the questions. Like if I went and took the MCAT right now, they still have that for medical school. Is that what it's called, the MCAT? Yeah. I got like C minuses in college science. I took minimal science in college. If I went and took if someone said, "Well, Mark, go take the MCAT," I would do horribly. I would do horribly. And if you said, Mark, to prepare for the MCAT, let's have you spend 12 hours with a doctor, and she'll tutor you on science, and then they send me into the test. That'd be ridiculous. And that's what happened here. She was not prepared. And I'll say again, I'm going to say it tomorrow and next up. I'll keep saying it. You cannot be the nominee of your party if you don't have a foreign policy philosophy that guides what you say about specific things. So it's not just memorize what presidents and presidential candidates are supposed to say about Taiwan. You actually have to have a feeling in your bones about what are we going to do about China and Taiwan. It's a complicated issue. It's present right now. Here is everybody's heard what she said about that, and it was just word salad. Here's what she said about yesterday about in Germany about whiteness. That's what she said about whiteness. Number 14.
There's a very big difference between whiteness and national, like your actual culture, right? Whiteness is an imaginary thing. Being German is real. Being Italian is real. Being English. These are rich cultural heritages that are based on values, and they are so much a part of what make our cultures and our societies what they are.
Okay. Again, don't go to Munich if that's what you're going to say. Here's another thing she said. Marco Rubio in his speech, one of the great things about the speech was he created it's like an emotional bond with the Europeans by paying homage to their influence on the world culture and on American culture. Talked about the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and then talked about how cowboy culture, Western American cowboy culture, is based on a lot based on Spain and Spanish cowboy culture. Here's AOC also yesterday. 15, please.
Speech was a pure appeal to Western culture. My favorite part was when he said that American cowboys came from Spain.
I thought they came from Winnetou, but
I believe the Mexicans and descendants of African enslaved peoples would like to have a word on that.
So, Emily, I spoke spontaneously, extemporaneously on the morning meeting, and my words are being taken to suggest like her presidential prospects or dead. I never was that high on them to begin with because of this very thing. She's a very talented political figure, but the notion that a political party that nominated a woman of color a year ago, who people questioned about whether she was ready to assume the top job, would do it again, a younger woman with far less national security experience and management experience, seems far-fetched to me for a while. So I'm wondering how you would explain AOC's weekend in Munchen.
Well, first of all, I'm furious at you for making me watching those clips again, because
Yeah.
I watched each of them and I said once is enough.
Yeah.
As Sean Davis pointed out, her name is literally Cortez, and she doesn't know how horses ended up in the Americas. Like, incredible stuff from her. But I have one, I don't know, maybe it's, what's the right way to put it? One caveat to everything you just said, which is the new media environment is very well suited to AOC because it is focused on raw and quick hit formats. So if you can, this was something that Trump was really good at when Twitter ruled the day in 2015. And a lot of us thought this guy is a ridiculous candidate. It makes no sense. But when you have a really divided party which was the Republican Party at the time, and I would say the same thing is true of the Democratic Party right now, somebody can consolidate a plurality with really clever media ownership. And so I think I don't rule her out. I agree with you. I think it seems far-fetched, but it would be, and like you were saying, it's ridiculous to rule her out entirely. But I don't know necessarily that having the chops in this media environment. I mean, Neil Postman would disagree with you, I think, Mark. He would be like, of course she can win. This is the epistemology of social media. This is perfect for AOC. So that's something that hangs over, I think, the conversation too.
All right, but what about this mystery of how her advisors could have allowed her to go in to this unprepared? How does something like that happen?
I think she got into politics by being underestimated. Like, her ascent was by being underestimated. And so then ever since, people have consistently overestimated her, like literally every step of the way. After she was underestimated, people overcompensated by overestimating her. And I think that happens constantly. They put her in positions she is not well suited for because she pulled off this incredible feat and people really like her. So they consistently think that she is more prepared and she is more well suited to the task than she is. And the mystery to me, Mark, actually is really why it keeps happening. So it doesn't surprise me that it happens in these situations. But what surprises me is that there's now pretty obviously a trend. This is the girl who in the Margaret Hoover interview infamously couldn't explain what she meant by occupied Palestine. And the year is now 2026 and she's continuously getting thrust in these situations.
I just don't understand someone who plays at her level could have staff work so bad that they'd send her into that. Cozy Earth, one of our great sponsors, would like to give you 20% off everything on the site. If you've not tried any products from Cozy Earth, today would be a good day to do it. Try the towels, the sheets, the bubble cuddle blanket, the pants, anything you want, t-shirts. It's all the same. It's all high quality, very affordable, particularly with the 20% off discount. And it'll change your life. You will say, I can't believe I never had this blanket or I never had these towels. You'll probably throw away at least some of your old stuff because you'll say, there's no comparison. My life has changed in a fundamental way. Go to CozyEarth.com. Use the promo code 2WAY for 20% off everything on the site. Bubble Cuddle Blanket is one of my recommendations in particular, and of course the pants. Refresh your routine with a comfort that makes every day feel like a new year. Again, I still don't really know what that means, but apparently you want every day to feel like a new year. Go right now to CozyEarth.com. Use the promo code 2WAY for 20% off everything in the site. CozyEarth.com, promo code 2WAY.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the 2WAY community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and 2WAY Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.